Two brand new legendary champs, totally free to play, coming to Raid Shadow Legends. Well, you say free, but what that can often mean is like a 2 or 3 year grind, realistically, to get your hands on these guys. But we've got Armanz and Marius that we're going to be covering in this video. And then most importantly, apart from my reaction, because what the hell do I know about these champs, right? I'm a noob, I'm new to Raid Shadow Legends, so maybe I'm offering something of a new, unique perspective in that way while we check out these guys' new kits. But I also want to check out what the community is saying about these guys, because honestly, these guys, these new champs, Armanz in particular, is looking to be extremely controversial, and people have really mixed opinions as to whether or not this guy is actually going to be healthy for the game. And hey man, if you're starting off a new Raid Shadow Legends account at any point, make sure that you do so by using the link down below or by scanning the QR code above my head right now to start off your fresh new account with a free epic in the form of Juliana, which your account will unlock as soon as it hits level 15. You'll also get 500k starting silver and a whole bunch of starting resources to get you started the right way, man. Alright man, first up, Marius the Gallant. How do you get yourself Marius? Let me tell you, it's by completing 180 what are going to be brand new Arbiter missions that unlock after you've actually collected the Arbiter along that rewards track, right? Your missions rewards track. You can be earning towards Marius and Romantu at the same time, so it's 2 separate missions rewards tracks, man. Interesting to see how they're actually going to implement that. I gotta be honest, dude, when I'm reviewing these abilities as a new player, right? Like my strongest champ right now, by far, is Archer Queen that I picked up like just a few days ago, and I'm about to 6-star and it's gonna be awesome. And besides that, like my 6-star Kale is like, I'm really proud of that, you know. He's my strongest champ, and he's my MVP. And then I read these skills, I'm like, oh my god, my champions all suck. So what it is to be a new player, you know. But anyways, man, so the A1 attacks all enemies, has a 35% chance of placing enfeeble debuff for 1 turn. This seems just ridiculously mental to me. Like, I read a skill like this, I'm like, bro, if this was on like a rare champ, I'd be like pogging, you know, I'd be hyped as hell if I saw a skill like this on just like a rare champ as like the A3. A1 for Marius, there you go. Enfeeble, I believe, turns all attacks into weak attacks by default. Pretty damn good stuff. We've also got Death of Glory, attacks all enemies 3 times. Each hit decreases the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. Oi. Absolutely insane. I already kind of sense that this is insane because I'm starting to, to push toward gold for the first time in arenas myself. And, I'm already seeing like super buff heavy teams and stuff like that start to pop up. I can already imagine this just being awesome in arena. Obviously also fantastic as well in lots of forms of PvE content, anything multi-target, Yeah, seems crazy insane to me. A3 Galloping Thunder, so place a increased accuracy strong and a strong increased defense buff on all allies for 3 turns. Nutty as hell. This is actually a 4-turn cooldown. Wow, man, you can crank this down to a 4-turn cooldown, dude. With skill book. Okay, then places a stun debuff on the enemy with the highest turn meter for 1 turn, and grants an extra turn, because of course, it just needed that little cherry on the top, right? This seems just crazy as hell. This seems crazy good to me, at least. Now, before I go on to the passive and stuff, actually, we'll check the passive first. Why not, right? Steadfast Knight, passive. This champion is immune to turn meter reduction effects and decreased speed debuffs. Whenever an enemy changes form or attempts to decrease this champion's turn meter, which I feel happens a lot in the arena, right? Counterattack using this champion's default skill, which is Auric Lance, which we've already established is like, I don't know, A tier, S tier, something like that. So the only real criticism I've seen for Marius the Gallant is that there's a lot of super long-term players in Raid, from what I gather, that still have not yet got Romantu, and it's probably going to be even harder to get Marius. Like, people are expecting a lot of missions to do with like Tag Arena and hard mode, Cursed City and stuff like that, and people are saying, like, the main criticism I feel people are having for Marius is that by the time you get him, you've probably got better options than Marius, It might just be like too long term of a grind, but that said, we're yet to see the actual 160 fresh missions that you've got to complete and what the objectives are going to look like. Alright man, so let's scope out some comments real quick, see what people are saying on the old Reddit to do with Marius. Pretty positive reviews overall. People seem, pretty happy with him. Scrolling on down. Yeah, top voter comment here. I just want to see how bad the missions are. More than likely will require a full clear of Hard Cursed City and claiming Quintus. Dude, I didn't know what claiming Quintus means, but I know what Cursed City is, and I know what Hard Cursed City is. And alright man, look, this is what I'm talking about with like the mission lengths and how long it takes to actually grind these guys. guy here, Arbiter takes 6+ months, Romantu 18+. You gotta assume that this guy, being Marius, is gonna be 24+. I wish Romantu was 18 months. I'm coming up on 15 and can't get into Silver 3 tag team for the life of me. Oh god, have I got this to look forward to on my account, dude? I'm really not looking forward to tag team, man. I gotta be honest, right? It's like, I've not even touched it yet, but I just feel like from comments that I see and things that I read, like, I'm worried about it, man. Is it really that bad? Like, what's so bad about tag team, you know? What have I got myself into, man? And hey, man, here's another one. No matter how great this legendary is right now, it will be completely useless by the time I'll get him. Polymorph happened before I got Romantu. That's a fact. There's the first thing that we're going to hear today about Polymorph, dude. I gotta be honest, I didn't even know Polymorph existed in this game until these 2 new champs came out, and I saw people raging like crazy about, what's he called again? Armanz? The new guy? Let's get to him just now, dude. All in all, though, I feel like this new champ, I don't know, man. I like the look of this guy. Seems pretty tight. Will I actually be able to grind him at any time, like, quicker than, like, the next 3 years? Well, you know, time will tell. Alright, man. Here he is, dude. Dude, I'm already looking at the A2, by the way. I just can't believe it, but we'll cover the A1 first. I can't believe this is actually a skill that exists in this game. But okay, man, let's start off with the Weird Blade. Attacks one enemy, has a 35% chance of increasing the cooldown of a random active skill by 2 turns. Well, that seems balanced for an A1. Fills this enemy's turn meter by 10%, because of course it does, for each turn added to the cooldown. Alright, man, so yeah, it's pretty strong A1. This guy obviously seems very much designed. Okay, yeah, he is an arena champ, right? I mean, look at his aura down here, right? Increases ally speed in arena battles by 28%. Seems to be pretty specifically designed for arena content. And okay, man, screw it. We're at the A2. This is huge. This is the craziest, nuttiest ability I think I've ever seen. Alright, man, so it's an attack all enemies, because obviously steals, I just want to draw attention to that word, steals all of the turn meter of each target, right? So if this guy goes first, you just win the game instantly. As far as I can tell. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm nuts. Maybe I'm just a giga noob. What the hell do I know, right? But attack all enemies, steal the turn meter of each target. Okay, so they don't just miss a turn. Except enemies under the sheep debuff. Also places a stun debuff for 1 turn on all enemies not under a sheep debuff. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's actually just ridiculous. Like, reading this skill, is there any skill that's better in the game than this? I almost don't even want to know. Because that just makes me sad. Like, this one skill is better than my entire champion roster, dude. I trade my entire champion roster to get, like, 1 level 1 champ with this skill, and I just start over. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so not only are you stealing an entire turn from your enemies with this guy when you go first, but you're also basically then gaining a bonus turn, right? Because you're stealing the turn meter, okay? So you basically get a free turn from the A2 as well. And then your enemies miss another turn, because this stun doesn't have, like, a chance to stun. It's a 100% chance to apply the goddamn stun debuff. So your enemies miss 2 turns and you gain an extra turn. And you attack all. Like, what is going on? What is going on, dude? Like, is this normal? Is this just normal for, like, a really high tier champ? Again, like, as a new player, I don't really know what kind of meta is developed at the end game, you know, and things like Tag Arena, Live Arena, stuff like that. I don't really know. I haven't just been exposed to any of that content yet, so am I crazy as hell? Are people crazy as hell? Or is this just nuts? Moving on to the A3 for my next trick. Places a sheep debuff on 1 enemy for 1 turn. So you basically attack in with the A2, right? You just stun everybody, like make the entire enemy team miss 2 turns. Then you gain the extra turn because you steal all of their turn meter. Then you use A3, right? Place a sheep debuff on an enemy for 1 turn. Then has a 75% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies. Like, what? Fills this champion's turn meter by 5% for each buff removed. Oh man, it just seems like more and more nonsense. Okay, whenever a sheep debuff is removed, what I'm also gathering, by the way, as well, is that the sheep keyword, like the polymorph effects in this game, are like incredibly unpopular. That's the vibe I'm getting from comments and stuff like that. Again, I haven't been exposed to it, so, you know, I'm still green in that sense, I guess. But whenever a sheep debuff is removed or expires on an enemy, increase the cooldown of a random active skill on the enemy to its max, alright? Fills this champion's turn meter by 10% for each turn, so he just has like 3 turns for every 1 turn that your opponent has. Okay, got it. That's all there is to it. Alright, man. And what are people saying about Armanz? Oh god, look at this, dude. It's like it's double the positive reviews. Like this is Marius's reviews, right? Good and awesome are like kind of tied. Awesome must have is just dominating on the Armanz poll. Okay, here we go, dude. Top comment, where is the must have but incredibly stupid and I hate it option? Oh god. Okay, so this is a thing, man. This is a thing that happens in some games, right? Where I think that developers will add something to the game that's super, super powerful. And then, obviously, because it's a competitive game, or the game has a competitive side to it, everybody defaults to using that new thing. Obviously, because they want to win, right? And then the developers look at it, in this case, Parium look at it, and they think to themselves, oh, wow, a lot of people are using this new feature, or a lot of people are playing this new class, or are using this new champion, you know? They must really like it. Let's add more of that, you know? And then you get champs like this where it seems like a lot of people just don't like it, dude. Oh god, okay. I've heard people complain about sheep, so they made a champion built around sheep. Is sheep just really that bad? Is it really that bad? I've heard it has like a lot of random elements to it. Like it makes your character attacking like random patterns and stuff, and just feels like kind of non-interactive. I want the champion that specializes in instantly killing the champion that plays the sheep and removing it from the player's roster for 7 days. Oh god. And to be fair though, I mean, like people aren't as upset about like the turn meter control stuff. Feels like that's maybe just like much more accepted component of the game, you know, turn meter control good for PvE, so this guy will help in Doom Tower floors. Yeah, man, people saying it's good for certain bosses, stuff like that. I think that's all fine to say. It seems to just be really, oh joy, more sheeps, blah. Like, people are just really upset about the sheep effects and the polymorphs. So after doing a little bit of homework on the situation, I've heard that it's not unheard of for champs to be released like this in the past, where, you know, Parium are looking to make a big splash to an endgame meta and really try and shake things up with, you know, 1 or 2 new champions entering the ring and, yeah, just really shifting things. And then in the weeks that follow, they say, okay, this thing is way overperforming, and then they start to peel it back a little bit. Some people are suspecting that that might be what's going to happen with Armanz, and so you maybe shouldn't rush too quick to pick up Armanz, unless you really just value winning in the short term, and they're kind of expecting him to be nerfed in the weeks or months to come. But yeah, as a newer player, reading champ skills like this, I gotta tell you the truth, it makes my roster feel so weak, dude. Makes my roster feel so pathetically useless. It's kind of sad. Anyway, what do y'alls think of Armanz and Marius? Are you the kind of person who's going to be blasting to try and get your hands on the likes of Armanz? You were one of those PvP Andes where just staying on top and keeping up with the meta and pushing it to the limit is your thing? Or honestly, you just put PvP to the side and you'll be giving Armanz a miss, and it's not really something that you're looking to pursue, you know, and you're much more PvE focused? Does it really bother you even that much when a champion who, from what I'm gathering, is this crazy gets released? Because you're expecting nerfs anyway. Maybe you've been around the block a few times and you're an older Raid Shadow Legends player, and you can reassure some of us new guys that stuff like this maybe gets nerfed in due time. And so it won't be like mandatory forever for like someone like me who's like a new guy to eventually try and get my hands on this, so that I even have a chance of competing. Let me know what you think down below, man. Anyways, for now, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you are starting off a fresh Raid Shadow Legends account, make sure to do so by clicking the link down below or scanning the QR code above my head right now to start off a fresh account with a free epic champion in the form of Juliana as soon as your account is level 15. I want to thank all y'all for watching again. Have a great day, and I shall catch all of y'all just a tad bit later, man.